What's going on, guys? It's been a minute since I've been able to catch up, but our most important asset is bringing us some quick news. That should be, a little bit of a highlight going into our weekend. So Zach Wilson's kind of doing a cross country tour, and he's meeting up with a lot of the weapons that he'll have this upcoming season. That should be vital components of his development, as well as any success that the team sees. So, if you tune in to Instagram or just check out Jets content, etc. You know that he's been out in Miami with Braxton Berrios. They've been hanging out, but more importantly, they've been putting in some work. So I heard Michael Carter should also be joining up, so that'll be fun. But it shows again another level of leadership that Zach Wilson's displayed, which was called into question a little bit for some reason. Who knows? But either way, Zach Wilson's not just sitting idly by during the offseason and twiddling his thumbs. He's actually accomplishing some of the goals that he pointed out and set out for himself towards the end of the season once he rested up and took a little bit of a breather. Rest is always an important part of the development process, but it's nice to see that he's taking it upon himself to go out there and meet his teammates rather than them having to come to him. Like you would classically hear from a lot of vet quarterbacks, etc. Zach Wilson's not truly a vet. It's only his sophomore year, but still, he's putting the onus on him, which is great. And I'm sure a huge boost to the chemistry with the team. But again, Zach Wilson's currently out there in Miami. Braxton Berrios is with him. Michael Carter should be joining. He just came from Nashville with Corey Davis putting in some work. And then it looks like the next stop is going to be Arizona, where he's going to link up with Elijah Moore, who just had the post with him mossing somebody on the beach, which was fun. And then for the less casual fans, or I should say more so the hardcore fans, it seems like Jeff Smith and DJ Montgomery should be joining him out there in Arizona as well. So for those that don't generally know, this kind of practice squad players or 5 or 6 slotted receivers, especially in like injury conditions like we've seen last year, that generally will step up and get some occasional game time, but habitually generally practice squad players. One of the other key things, though, is that while he's going to be out in Arizona, and I don't know if this happened when he was in Nashville or if it's happening now in Miami, but quarterback coach John Beck should be out there in Arizona with him while he's running routes. So there's a few layers to it. For one, it just seems like it happens to be the perfect marriage of time and circumstance. They're both going to be out there for some kind of like charity. I believe it was a golf tournament, but some kind of event like that. But for those that don't know, John Beck, again, personal quarterback coach for Zach Wilson, among others. He was also on the coaching staff for the New York Jets the last half of last season. So he specifically got to see what some of the benefits and some of the negatives were of not only the coaching staff, but Zach Wilson, and how he is progressing according to how the offense is supposed to be run, or at least how they imagine it, and then, of course, see it evolving over time. He is overseeing pretty much the practice between Elijah Moore and whoever happens to decide to show up. So it's not just pitch and catch. There's a lot more nuance to it, right? So they're out there actually running routes. They're actually trying to work on plays that are going to be in the playbook. John Beck highlighted something that I loved, which was the chemistry of the team. And I know I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but it's much deeper than just, the visual perception of it looking like people are mentally connected. It's some of the things like the body cues that you're going to pick up for. So when he sees Elijah Moore going out there and, running a quick hitch, or he's running a slant, there's certain things that he's going to get a feel for that Elijah Moore does during his route stem, or even during his release. So having that kind of mind frame and knowing what, exactly what your player is going to be able to do versus a defense is a huge boon. One of the tandems that you're always going to kind of hear this related to is definitely Aaron Rodgers and Devonte Adams. So, that's probably the key duo. You can definitely think Tom Brady and like Julian Edelman or a Rob Gronkowski. And there's various other examples, but I don't think it's something you always see in the league 100% of the time. Deshaun Watson looked like he had it for a little bit of time there. But either way, it's definitely a boom. Zach Wilson did mention a couple of his goals to end the season. One was definitely to pack on some more muscle, just for the durability during the season, as well as just getting some more pop when he's throwing the ball out there. But We also had the call out that he did want to build a little bit more chemistry and overall just master the playbook. So between John Beck being there to also oversee things, I feel a lot more comfortable. But it's just great to kind of hear the steps that Zach Wilson's taking, especially during a time we're in that like 2-3 week transition where there's technically not a whole lot of draft news, just, a million mocks, and then the actual draft taking place. So I'm sure Zach Wilson also can't wait to hear what some of the new incoming talent specifically for the offense he's going to have to work with will be. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are. I'll keep you guys updated if there's any more, names in particular that show out. I doubt it'll be anybody outside of the Jets, realistically. And there's not a whole lot of other pieces that's going to be there outside of that. That was already on the roster. So hopefully we hear something about our new tight ends, Conklin and Uzoma, that maybe show up at some point with them. I know they both mentioned wanting to go out there and get some work. But again, let me know what you guys' thoughts are. I'll catch up with you again. Peace.